Hello, so I'm here again today with the MacBook Air, which I've done a bunch of videos on, but today the MacBook Air has some company, and that is because next to it I have sitting here the MacBook Pro. This is the 16-inch model. It is the MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip. I just got my hands on it a few days ago and I intend to run a bunch of tests on it in the coming days. So I'll be putting it through its paces on Xcode and Android Studio and Excel and probably a bunch of other stuff. But today I just thought I'll do like a side-by-side comparison, just a first impressions video, if you will. So focusing on the big one, the MacBook Pro for a minute, there are a few things that you notice about this almost immediately. Of course, the first thing is the notch. It is there as advertised, and I can confirm, like all reviewers that I've seen, that the notch does not bother me at all. Frankly, you stop noticing it after literally a few hours and it's fine. The other thing is the keyboard, and this of course has the black keyboard well as compared to the Air, which has the more traditional keys where the keycaps are black only and the chassis color is seen between the keys. Now, which one looks better? I suppose it's a matter of taste. I like both, but yeah, what do you think? Let's put them side by side, and yeah, well, who am I kidding? I like the black. I think it's absolutely dope. I could absolutely get used to it. I think it looks great, a great design choice on the MacBook Pro. So talking about comparisons of sizes, let's just take the Air and put it on top of the Pro here just to give you a little sense of the extra screen real estate that you get. And as you can see, the 16-inch model, as you would expect, is a lot bigger. You get a lot extra space right here. And so if you do a lot of work with Windows, with a lot of windows open at the same time, you are definitely going to appreciate this. And it's something that'll be useful to you. The other thing that is there about these machines is the keyboard and especially the trackpad. And the trackpad on the Pro just goes on and on. I mean, it is huge, and it looks almost like comically huge, but to me, but honestly, it's very useful to work with. Now, speaking of the size, let's talk about the weight. So the Air is, it's just under 3 pounds. And I can lift it with one hand. I do lift it and I just carry it around the room, no problem. It's 2.8 pounds to be exact. The Pro, on the other hand, is 4.7 pounds, so just under 5. And it's you can tell the weight. If I try to lift it with one hand, it is hard, and I really need my second hand. There you go. To lift it properly, and so it's not impossibly heavy or anything. It's still pretty nice. It's 2 kilograms or 4.7 pounds. But if you do a lot of trekking or walking between office and work, for example, or if you like to go on field visits and you're into that kind of thing, then it will your shoulders will complain if you put this in your backpack a little bit over a long period of time. So something to think about is the weight as well. But then it's a big machine. Let's talk screens. So the screen on the Pro is 1000 nits sustained brightness with peak even higher, and the screen on the Air is 400 nits, so it's much less brighter on peak brightness. Now I've got the standard wallpaper on both of these machines right now. Is there a difference, to the casual observer for a regular picture as opposed to some HDR photography? Well, you be the judge, but from my impression, yes, there is definitely a difference. I mean, it's hard to describe individually, but if you take the whole picture in, the one on the Pro just looks more vibrant. Obviously, you're seeing it through the video camera here, but if you look at the shades, the sunlight on the mountain right here, or if you look at the water and the waves and the ripple effect of the sunlight on the waves, and you look at the dark over here, the overall impression is that the picture is much more vibrant. There's definitely better contrast. And if I were to look at sort of one more example, it's a picture from Unsplash, same picture on both machines again and again. If you look at some of the elements, like for example, if you look at the yellow luminescence on the Pro, on the arches, or if you look at the shadows, the water, it's all in all, it's a much better quality picture display on the Pro, as it should be. I mean, it's a much more expensive machine. It has much better quality panel, and so it should look better. I will say that the Air, however, holds its own quite nicely. Saying that the Pro has a great display does not in any way means that the Air does not have a good display. I've used the Air extensively. I use it to watch Netflix, movies. I use it to watch a lot of YouTube videos and my own pictures and editing of my own pictures. Now, I'm not a video designer. I don't do a lot of color correction, and I'm not into the technical stuff like that. So for my money, the Air is fine. But yeah, you do get a better display, obviously, with the Pro. There's no two ways about that. And finally, let's talk about the charger. So on the Air, you get the standard USB-C charger. It works fine. I've been using it for a while. Plug it in on the left side. I have to sort of hold the machine on the other side sometimes to make sure it snaps in properly, just like any USB-C charger. On the Pro, of course, you get the MagSafe 3, and I absolutely love it. I've used it before on a MacBook Air that I used to have back in the day. It works just like the original. I think it's even better than before. Snaps right in as you would expect, and it's a really strong connection. I can literally pull the machine with it with the cable. Yeah, there you go. And it's a pretty heavy machine, as we just saw, and so the connection is very tight, and to sort of get it off, you just pull it up, and if you just snap it back in. So if you pull it up, it comes off without a problem, and yet it's a strong connection. So it's a very nice machine with a very nice connector. And this was just the first impressions, but I intend to be doing a lot more videos about this. If you have specific questions about the Pro that you want answered, leave them in a comment and I'll try to get to them if I can. And if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe so that you don't miss any videos that I do on this machine. And hopefully you will see those videos coming your way very soon. Thanks for watching.